Yes, indeed. What happened to the Mark IV layout? Okay, well, if you saw my previous video, you'll see that I have decided not to continue with the Mark IV one. There are several factors behind this. Mainly, one of those is the imminent possible relocation to Saffron Walden in Essex, which means there was no point carrying on with layout if that was going to happen anyway. Secondly was my financial situation, being out of work and everything. It did mean that a lot of the plans I had for it were unattainable. I just couldn't afford to do them. So, in the event that I do have to move, and obviously in the event that I need to change things around a little bit and simplify things, I came up with a new idea. It also helps with the new location if I have to move to Saffron Walden. So, what is the new layout then? What have I been working on? Well, it's this. A brand new layout called City of Colcester. Now, I'm carrying on with the same theme of the Mark IV layout, i.e. with this horseshoe shape and obviously access into the shed still, being, without having to duck under a board. And a lot of the features from the Mark IV have been carried across into this one, so it's going to be fairly recognisable. The main thing that you will notice is that the big S-round sort of loop bend has disappeared. Now, the city of Colcester itself and the main station is going to be underneath the board here. Basically, other locations like Furman Smithy Station have been retained. That's going to be on this side of the layout now. And also, the depot has been retained. So we're keeping a lot of the main features more or less in the same places, but Furman Smithy and Colcester have swapped over. So the main station is underneath the city board now. Multi-platform terminus station is envisaged, and it should accommodate all of the Azuma trains. Storage yard is only going to be on one level now, and that will take away the need of having to do gradients as well. And there are other things that I wanted to do with the storage yard as well, which I'll come on to later. So let's do a quick tour of this new layout. So starting off with the main sort of city board area. So as I just said, the main station is going to be underneath the city board. The city board itself is going to remain more or less the same. You're going to have like a cityscape at the back. The sort of city wall will still be in place. Big tall buildings. We'll have a big structure for the station building, and there'll be a bus station in there as well. Underneath all that obviously is the main sort of station itself. Should have multiple tracks, and like I said, they will be long enough to take Azuma trains, and even probably something a lot longer. I haven't measured it, but it should be good. Now the access and the junction into it is going to be made up of four-way slips. Now from my experiments using them on other layouts, they seem like a pretty good sort of space-saving idea. And I want to try and use them to sort of, gain access to all of the platforms and to separate the tracks up as they come in. So hopefully that will all work. The plan's not finalised, but I will hopefully be using a lot of four-way slips. So we come over onto the other corner. Now this is where the city board used to be, but it's swapped over. There's still going to be the idea of the river. I still want to do that. There'll be two bridges crossing over it, which is basically where the lines split up. And where the river is, it'll still be called the River Colne. I still want to do that as a resin-based idea. And obviously have it at a slightly lower level, so the board might drop down a fraction there. Furman Smithy Village. Now obviously I've still got the village board which is up in the house, and I want to reuse that into that corner, so hopefully you'll be seeing that again there. As we come further down into the other corner, we have Furman Smithy Station, which is again obviously swapped positions. It was over toward the other side of the shed. That's going to have obviously a new junction situated around it as well. Now the junction is basically a twofold idea. So the station obviously is going to accommodate the commuter trains, emus and stuff like that, you know, going in and out of the storage yard and heading into the terminus. But they'll be able to swap over and bypass the station. Likewise, these two lines here give access to the storage yard as well and the depot. So again, that's going to be maximising use of four-way slips again, so we can change the direction of the trains, you know, from the outer line coming off and going on to the inner line and across into the storage yards. So again, quite a bit of flexibility, and all it's taken is basically four-way slips. Again, access out into the garden will be provided, and this is really just to sort of, you know, to extend the line and take it out a bit further. Again, the actual storage yard and the depot have been combined. This is all going to be on one level now. There's not going to be like a split upper and lower level sort of storage yard anymore. I did think that possibly might have caused some problems with, you know, access to the trains on the lower level. So what you're going to see on here again is the reuse of the old HST sheds, the Hornby ones that I've got, and also from my existing work on the Mark IV that I started, I do know that this side will quite easily accommodate at least up to 6 lines or roads of for storage of track, and obviously the space either side then obviously to fit in the depot. The depot is also going to have a few more extra features in it, so you're going to be seeing things like refueling points and so on like that, so extra sort of sidings as well for, you know, for keeping stock in, and a few other little features as well. So that's basically it. Let me know what you think about this plan. It's been done to not only accommodate my existing garden here in Letchworth, if I decide to stay or I'm able to stay, but also the new garden, which obviously is in Saffron Walden. So I'd love to hear your feedback on it. Let me know what you think. That's it for now. Until next time, you know, we'll have some more films coming out soon, hopefully. So please make sure that you like the channel, you can comment, subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell as well. So until then, thank you and goodbye.